to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver and mainland product, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig here, pushing all the buttons. We're here live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. And good morning to you there, PJ, Mr. Negadelphia.
Listen, I'm feeling good. I was feeling a lot better before the Phillies blew it last night, but you know.
So you're gonna be a little negative today.
Well, it's wasn't our best showing, I would say. Wasn't our best showing.
No, good morning to you there, Dave Klemic.
Good morning, guys. Well, you know, me, as usual, I'm caffeinated, activated, ready to talk some sports with the Schweiner.
Yeah, man, let's get going. So the Phillies lose game one, and there's a stat right in the newspaper. No team has won. The Phillies have never won a playoff series after losing game one. Yeah. So what do you say, Mr. Negadelphia?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, we had it. We started off strong. I think everybody's watching the game excited. Took a 3-0 lead. Sanchez was pitching well. And then for some reason, you know, Topper gets in there and he decides to start changing it up. He put in a reliever that I think a lot of people out there were surprised about. He's got a lot of experience, but he wasn't at the top of his game. He's an older guy, and he didn't play well. It showed.
No, I'll tell you what. The Phillies get off to a 3-0 start against Shohei Ohtani, and things look great. And then little by little, the Dodgers start chipping away, and then Strom gives up the dinger. And Dave Klemic, did you even watch the game last night? You're not a baseball guy.
I went to bed.
It wasn't a late game. It wasn't a late game.
3 kids in diapers.
6:38 start, which was good because he got over. The game was over by like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't go out.
Like
Yeah. Trust me, I wish the game ended at 8 o'clock. We would have won. You know what I mean?
So we're streaming live on YouTube and the X platform, except for I'm having a little technical difficulty with my computer, but Josh is working on it, and it looks like he's got us in there. And we're here at LaScalas. Dave, look at this, man. Beautiful sunshine, glistening off the Atlantic Ocean. That we're staring right into the Atlantic Ocean through palm trees. It looks like a beautiful day out there and a great day for football.
Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing outside. They have a huge screen being put outside. Like they're going to do a event where the Eagles game will be played right out front of LaScalas on a big 20-foot TV screen. How cool is that?
Yeah, I mean, this Eagles team. Talk about defying life.
I just want to clarify. They're not playing outside here, Dave. The game is going to be shown out on the beach.
Did I say that? Is that what I said?
You said they're going to play out.
Everybody show up. The Eagles are live from the beach here.
That's a different level of security, Dave.
We got it.
That's great.
Yeah. But it's beautiful out there, and we have plenty to talk about with the Eagles, and we'll get a little Phillies in there. During the first hour, we'll get the keys to the game from Fox 29 News Sports Anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll get his take on the Eagles. You know, he's around the guys, he's around the team during the week. Maybe he's picked up some stuff, but a lot going around about A.J. Brown not being happy and posting these social media posts saying stuff and then retracting it.
He retracted
and then as soon as he gets off being interviewed, he goes right back to it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can see there's some frustration there, right? You know, he's a great receiver. He wants that ball in his hands more. He wants them to get him the ball. And, you know, I mean, all last year I complained that, you know, Hurts didn't hit him enough, wasn't hitting them when they're open. And I think he wants to see more of the throw and passing game, you know, directed towards him. I think that's
and I think they've been really good, him and Devontae Smith, about not getting the ball. Like,
they've been patient.
Like, I would have been way more mad. And I just, you know, and I was, let's say, if I got off the bench ever, you know what I mean? I would have been way more mad about not getting the ball. When A.J. Brown could be, I mean, he could, if he wants to be a number one receiver in the league, if he's in the right offense. But no, I would be upset Devontae Smith should be crying and screaming and kicking that they're not getting the ball.
Devontae's going out there basically saying, I have no comment. He's kind of doing the politics.
He's just staying quiet, right?
Well, that's the kind of guy he is. I mean, that's his MO, right?
Well, and that's where I ask you guys, and I'm going to throw it to Dave first, so you guys can comment after Dave.
Yeah.
So A.J. Brown leads the team in targets. He has 8 more than any other player.
But not a lot.
But he still has 8 more than anyone else on the team. Right. So is the problem, Dave, really the targets, or is it something else?
Because he leads in targets, that could be they're targeting everyone at a low number.
Right.
So it's just a low number of passing plays. What I would be more concerned about is it's not all Jalen Hurts' fault. I think, and I swear you guys have been saying this, Josh, I've been saying this. Watch how lazy his routes are. I believe that A.J. Brown is hurt.
See, I disagree with you. I read my article on 97.3ESPN.com where I pointed out that this team is 4-0 despite the fact that they're 30th in offense, total offense.
Right.
And
Total yards.
Total yards. And then, Josh, you edited a little bit by saying they're the 7th highest scoring team.
Well, the 7th highest scoring team, but their total yards per game is among the worst in the league.
Which means our defense is getting us in good positions.
But is that enough?
But the point I'm trying to make is I heard Mike Quick during the week say that he watches the film over and over again. A.J. Brown is open. It's a timing play. You got to make that drop, 3 or 5 step drop, hit him on the fly. Once he makes his first break, he stops running.
Well, this is where the other problem is.
He quits his pattern.
I'm telling you, I watch him run a comeback route, which should be, in most cases, you should be able to break off. They don't want to give you the deep ball. And if somebody like A.J. Brown, who could beat you over top, he runs these slow stopping routes, and he's very coverable. All his in-breaking routes where he gets to be physical, that is his advantage. When he runs an out-breaking route or a deep route, he's getting shoved around by everybody. He's not moving fast. He doesn't look good.
So the chemistry's off. Something doesn't look. Let's
He
talk to
doesn't
Mr.
look
Negadelphia, of all people. They look like they're not firing at all cylinders. They look like something's wrong, and I don't know if that's a personality, the chemistry, something is amiss.
I don't think he's in. Here's why I don't feel like AJ's injured or milking a little bit. It's like if he was, it's a weird way of handling it, right? Because he's going out there.
Yeah, I don't think he's hurt.
And then what? And he's complaining that he's not getting the ball when you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he's running routes, he's getting open, he's getting frustrated, and then he's getting lazy with it. He's like, well, if I'm going to run this route, get wide open every time,
and I'm not
getting
it.
That's
a good point.
What am I? Why am I breaking away if they're not going to get it to me?
But that's why, for me, this goes back to the bigger problem. And it's the problem that not us here at LaScala's Beach House or Brigantine, I'm not blaming us necessarily, but a lot of people in other places are not bringing up. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. The 5th different play caller for this team in the Nick Sirianni era.
It's true.
And
a lot of different offensive
There
coordinators.
might be an argument to be made that Kevin Patullo might be the worst.
All right, but you know what? I don't think. But Dave, I don't buy into that. It's not the play. It's not the coach.
But hold on, why?
Hold on.
Why?
Patullo's been a part of the organization for the last 6 years. So it's the offensive scheme is pretty much it's a different play caller, but they're pretty much running the same offense.
But I didn't say that.
No, you said it's a different play caller.
I said it's a different play caller, not the different offense.
Who cares who it's coming from? It's still.
Well, hold on. Let's ask the guy, Dave Klemic. Does it matter?
Again, your first 15 plays usually are scripted, right? You are scripting 15 plays. Yep. That would be your signature on everything that you do. Every team that you play against, I'm going to put 15 plays out there that I want to sell something that in the second half I can out. I can run the out and up.
Right,
I can do that. It's a setup for everything else. Now, if his setup plays are not working or they're not being bought by the other team, then they're not going to bite on anything. Right, so I feel like those plays that he's scripting, they're not buying into those plays.
But that also goes to play action pass. They don't. How many times have you seen the Eagles do a play action pass with Jalen Hurts under center?
Well, again, that's
very
play calling.
rare. So
that's play calling. But let me tell you, they did do something last week, which I had requested they do. They're probably listening to me. I assume.
Probably.
But they faked the tush,
right?
And they rolled it right. And how easy he walked that thing. He could have if we were on the 2-yard line, he was out. There was no way because everybody was stacking that box thinking that's what's going to happen because for the last 45 times we did it, that's what we did. And then because of that, gave us enough to win that game. Now, it wasn't the actual end game play here, but It was a touchdown that we got very easily by utilizing.
All right, so the Phillies lost last night, and the Eagles have a big game today against the Denver Broncos, who are 2-2. If the Eagles win, will that wash away all our sadness from last night?
Well, I think we're going to stop watching the Phillies, right? Who wants to watch the Phillies lose or get swept another time in the first round?
Well,
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't think we're there yet.
I got you.
I mean, if they come back and win on Monday night, then we got a series.
And if we lose,
because they can win, they've proven they can win out in L.A.
Oh well, listen, I'm not worried. Any day they could be on and beat any team in the MLB. If they're on and the bats are moving, we could do it.
All right, and so at the second hour, we got our fantasy football guru Brian Hartley checking in. Brought to you by Charlie's Bar in Summers Point. My team I'm horrible. I'm 0-4.
I lost last week. Listen, I lost last week.
Hey, at least you're playing.
And I've been moving, and I don't do it like Klemic said it, forget it. I actually
We're trying.
I made a trade with Josh. I think he got the better end of it, but I just was I'm desperate. I was doing everything to try to.
Well, I was desperate. I needed a running back, and I said,
I saw that.
I have 4 tight ends. Billy could use some more offense, so I gave him one of my tight ends.
Billy, I can give you some props. You look kind of skinny this week.
Yeah,
you losing some weight.
I'm down to 238.
All right, baby.
Okay.
You're looking good.
All right, we got a great show lined up today. You guys ready to get in that 3-point stand?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Been in it.
Let's go. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime at 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Eagles football on 97.3 ESPN. The Eagles are back in Philly later today for a Week 5 battle with the Denver Broncos.
Hurts lines them up again. He rolls, he looks, he is going deep, and it is caught. And it is a touchdown to Devontae Smith. He took it away from the Broncos.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This October, Scream returns. Join actor David Arquette for Behind the Scream, a live conversation at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City on Friday, October 10th. Hear behind-the-scenes stories from the legendary Scream franchise. Ask your burning questions and get up close with the man behind the mask. Tickets are on sale now at theoceanac.com. Don't miss your chance to go behind the Scream.
Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScalas Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. I'm here with you, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, Josh Hennig. We're getting a three-point stand. We're ready to go. Eagles football today. We need to cleanse ourselves after last night's loss, PJ. I mean, we're looking at this. We're looking at stats. Sanchez threw 94 pitches, and we just said during the break that Topper went with Robertson instead of Kirkland because of Kirkland's past performances. He didn't trust him in that situation. So hindsight's 20/20. You know what I mean?
I just like I said, I mentioned this before. What LA's doing with some of their starters, which they had poor relievers, I would say, or a weaker relief staff, and they had stronger starters. So they started, as some of them were rehabbing some injuries, they started bringing them back in as starters. I mean, as relievers that were
like
starters.
Glass now.
He's
a perfect example.
But why can't we do that? Why are we against that? Why can't we bring in Alex had mentioned like Ranger, one of the other guys?
I'll tell you why.
Why not?
Here's my theory. Josh, can jump in if you want because I know Dave's taking a few seconds off here.
I'm thinking of the next thing.
I love we start talking baseball. His eyes start going like this. Anyway, my theory is that Topper's being the player's manager. He wants to go to people that got him there instead of doing something drastic like putting Suarez, which he should have probably.
In hindsight,
he probably should have done that. But Topper's not that guy. You know what I mean, right, Josh? Would you agree with that?
Well, I think this is where the problem gets very muddy. Because guys like Billy and PJ and anyone over the age of 35, okay, we remember a time when the manager actually ran the baseball team.
Right.
In today's world, we blame the manager, but the manager is not really running the team.
Yeah, but
for example, they meet before the game to go through, okay, if it's the fifth inning, we're doing this. In the sixth inning, we're doing this.
So you're saying Topper was told to go to
It was already preset going in.
And the pitching coach runs the pitching staff like an offensive coordinator would in football.
Right.
So,
but
Thompson,
it's ultimately up to Topper to make the decision.
Well, ultimately it is.
And I don't think Dave Dombrowski.
But he's not going off script. Joe Girardi got fired because he went off script.
Right.
That's been well reported. Thompson's a good boy. He follows the instructions. They tell him to sit, he sits. They tell him to chase his tail, he chases his tail.
I think he's a little bit more latitude than you're giving him.
Josh, to make a point here, though, It's not going that off script, though, because back in the 22 playoffs, Suarez did come out of the bullpen. He closed a few games out for the Phillies in the playoffs.
But they needed a hold. They needed a hold in the sixth inning. When Robertson came in, he gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs. That's where we needed Suarez right then and there.
How many pitches did he go? He threw 10 pitches?
He threw 15 pitches.
Yeah, and then 9 of them were hit. How many of them were hit? Yeah, it's. Listen, I mean, he's 40-something years old, guys. He's 42. Like, I think anytime we see these pitchers get into the mid-40s, they shouldn't be on our team.
Well, then they shouldn't have signed him in the first place.
I agree with
Dave,
that.
You know
I
that,
agree.
Dave knows this. So you're playing. So Josh just said the offensive coordinator makes a suggestion to the head coach, but ultimately the head coach is responsible. Your offensive coordinator says put Klemic in, and then the head coach says no, with this guy, he's going to make the ultimate decision, right?
Yeah, true. I mean, the offensive coordinator is about the scheme, but then the player within the scheme, as the head coach is going to say who it's going to be. Yeah, he's got the ultimate push.
But that goes back to the other problem. I just mentioned the PJ, which is they signed Dave Robertson because they needed bullpen help, right? They paid this guy, whatever it was, $6 or $8 million. Alex can double check. But, this is the problem. No matter who you went to in the game last night, it didn't work, okay? Strom gives it the home run. Robertson doesn't do a good enough job. And this is where, to me, we can talk until 12 o'clock today about the pitching.
Yeah.
For me, I don't give a you-know-what. You know why? Because Schwarber, Harper, and the rest of these guys keep striking out.
They were dead.
And I don't care if it's Greg Maddux on the mound or Billy Schweim. At some point, I'm paying $500 million to these hitters. I need them to stop swinging at junk in the dirt.
Right. Yeah. So if you're going to beat the Dodgers, you're going to have to
score runs.
You got to score more than 3 runs.
More than 3. Right.
Two things, Josh. So David Robertson's getting paid $16 million.
16
Well, it's prorated.
Yeah.
So you got to check what it is for prorated because it's 16, but it's prorated. I think it's like 6 or 8.
All right.
He could be one of the most overpaid pitchers.
The other thing, I don't know if you guys saw all over Twitter, was Matt Strom with the runner on second base, Andy Paz, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He had his glove wide open, exposing the grip that he had on the baseball. And you see Paz signaling to Teoscar Hernandez, hey, this is what's coming. And you know what happened next? Phillies lose the ball game.
So he's tipping his pitches. All right, so the Philly. So
Can I ask you guys a question really quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, really quick.
That's all right.
And Alex, you could jump in this too. Why does this whole team have a tip pitching problem? The whole pitching staff.
Like on any other team, you don't
hear about it. Yeah, you don't hear about it on other teams.
Why do I never hear anyone else? It's like in football, Dave. If everyone knows what remember how Oregon used to put up the signs for the football plays?
Yeah,
everyone knows what the sign means. What point?
No, but they put up 3 or 4 different signs.
But the point is that everyone knows them.
Right.
It's why are the Phillies the only team that I hear about tipping pitches?
So we need a big Eagles win today to cleanse us from last night.
Yes.
That'll put the Phillies back on the back burner for at least one day.
And then we got to follow up on Monday and show up.
Right.
You know
because
what I mean?
Monday the Phillies faithful. I thought the crowd was great when it was 3-0. Man, it was going nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It looked great.
Nicky Earnshaw was out there. He was enjoying himself. He
was
was fired up. He was up in the he was up there, but he was there. He was there in support of the game, though. It was good. You know what I mean? I'm sure
what a life that kid has too. He calls me that he's at the game almost every week, and he's eating Twizzlers at night in his man cave, hanging out, watching games. What a life!
He was at that game at noon yesterday. By the way, he was.
What does he do?
Yeah, he's living the dream.
He
living
is.
the radio,
he did the radio
yeah.
with me. And
then which is also a very cool job.
The Eagles are 20-1.
It sounds like you're jealous of Nick, Dave.
Yeah.
I know I am.
I got to be honest with you. I used to go to a lot of stuff when I was his age. I'm just not that. And, I've dealt with all the traffic jams and all that stuff. I'm all over that.
Yeah, no, it is a pain getting in and out of there. It is.
I was season ticket holder for the Eagles since 91 till about 2000.
Brag.
From 91 to 2000, I believe it was 16 I got rid of them. I couldn't afford it. They priced me out. That's number one.
Wait, you lost your tickets in 2016?
Yeah,
the year before we won the Super Bowl, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Maybe he was the
bad
bad luck.
timing, bro.
I went to Super Bowl 2004. when
we
they went,
lost that one.
That's all right. Well, still, I still went.
So wait, you're telling us that the Eagles have never won a championship when Billy Schwein has been a season ticket holder?
We've been there in 1980.
But you never won.
Super Bowl. We lost that one.
Listen, you and Nick might be on the ban list to go to some of these games. We might have to keep them somewhere else. You know what I mean?
All right, we're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. There are people headed to the beach, Dave Klemic. They got their chairs, their cooler.
We're getting set up for the game out there. The Eagles are playing on the beach today.
They are. Right there.
You can watch A.J. Brown read his book right here.
Imagine be like the BFL, John, the beach football league. Tully Banton-Cade bringing the NFL to the beach in Brigantine.
Can I give heads up to everybody? Get here quickly because this place is filling up now.
The seats are selling out.
It's right now.
Yeah.
Can I just say, is there a better place for you to read a book than the beach?
Yeah. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for him.
By the way, I just got a text message from our Mark Grimes, my agent at the beach. He's on his way to the game.
Oh, okay,
Mark
okay,
Grimes
nice.
on his way up to the game. He's going to see a big win. Now, Denver's got a great defense, you guys. And you know, Patrick Surtain Jr. is going to be on A.J. Brown. And I'm telling you guys, I just hate to say this, but could you imagine if A.J. Brown doesn't get the ball today?
Well, we're going to hear about it.
We're going to hear about it. It's going to be Peyton Place in the locker room.
Yeah,
you don't know what Peyton Place is, do you? It was an old show. It was a sitcom, like a romantic sitcom at night called Peyton Place.
Don't look at me like you know the show.
You're not familiar with this, Dave?
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
PJ's looking at me like he knows.
You don't know.
I don't even know it. I don't know it. He doesn't know it. Klemic doesn't know it.
A lot of drama. It was a drama.
What are you looking at me for?
I know I Love Lucy. I know that show.
I can't believe you beat Peyton Place. You missed it.
But listen.
Three's Company.
Well,
Stanford and Son.
I said it to you a couple weeks ago. Even Nicky
Andy
Earnshaw
Griffin
goes,
Show.
Oh, I don't think it's a big deal. But guess what? If A.J. Brown doesn't, can you imagine today if Jalen Hurts doesn't see him and he thinks he's open and he's not getting the ball, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, we are. And let me tell you something. Devontae came through some big catches last week. He had some good plays. He's doing his job. When he's called on, he shows up. He's a great contributor to the team. I'm sure he wants the ball more too.
Yeah,
but you don't hear him tweeting afterwards.
I mean, and not only that, how about Saquon Barkley's not? I mean,
we haven't been running the ball either.
He's not even getting the ball.
Well, he's like the 40th leading rusher in the league right now, averaging in the second half. Where last year he averaged like 6.8 yards per carry, he averaged like 2.6 in the second half this year. This is really we got some things we got to iron out. The good thing is the way we're talking is like we're 0-4.
Yeah,
we're 4-0.
We're 4-0.
Do you know how many in 4 games? Do you know how many yards Saquon Barkley has off the top of your head?
120.
Well, it's really low, 237.
Right. That's actually more than I thought.
Yeah, but that's
about 50, 60 yards a game.
Well, on the other side, we'll get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. Brought to you by Blitz's Market. We'll see what Scotty has to say.
Yeah, but 60 yards a game is 1,000 in 17 game schedule.
He got 2,000 last year. It's half what his production was, man.
Right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Yeah. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about LaScala's Beach House. We love it here. We're broadcasting live for the 1 o'clock games, the Eagles pregame show. Come on out to LaScala's. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian-American and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. Mike Golick and I have AFC East action for you this week when the Bills welcome in the Patriots. Drake May, Stephon Diggs, and New England are coming off a 42-point performance on Sunday against Carolina. Now they'll try to keep up with Josh Allen and the 4-0 Bills. Join us for the Patriots at the Bills coming up on Sunday Night Football.
Listen to Sunday Night Football Coverage begins at 8 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan, again and again. Call Lenigan, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kinda like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Big game against the Denver Broncos. Kickoff is at 1:05 today, and we're here broadcasting live. We got Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig pushing the buttons, and Alex Berard is back in the studio, getting everybody pumped up for Eagles football. We need a big win, P.J. I mean, I can keep saying that it was a tough loss last night with the Phillies. And the only pill that's going to be good for us to swallow today is that Eagles win.
A nice, solid, definitive win, too. Not down to the last second would be nice to see, you know?
All right, now it's time to get the keys to the game with Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy from Fox 29 News. He's a sports anchor over there, Scott Grayson. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning, gentlemen.
All right, so the Eagles are 4-0 despite the fact that their offense is anemic. They might have some chemistry problems, if you will, on the offensive side of the ball. But yet, nevertheless, guys, this team is 4-0, Scott. Like, what say you?
Yeah, it's really tough to figure out, right? I will say this. If you look back at the first 4 games, how did they get to be 4-0? Well, they got to be 4-0 because special teams won them a game, defense won them a game. One thing you can't say is that the offense has won them a game yet. And I need to see that today. I need to see the offense go out and really play well enough to win them a game today and take a little pressure off your other units today. That would be nice. As far as the chemistry goes, of course, the A.J. Brown thing is going. Listen, it's really interesting the way A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are, right? I mean, they are polar opposites. A.J. Brown does not hesitate to speak his mind. We all know that. Devontae Smith does not hesitate to keep his mouth shut. And he does not say much. But when he does speak, I think it says volumes. And I think what you're hearing from the two of them is that, with A.J. doing more of the speaking, I think Devontae kind of coming in at the end here to say, yeah, we've got to fix some things. Obviously, this passing game is not good enough. You cannot, it's amazing that you can actually say they won a game without completing a pass in the entire second half last week.
That's crazy.
It is, and it's not sustainable. And Mike Gill asked me the question on with him earlier this week. Basically, it was, is this like the 2023 team? I'm not willing to go there yet because it was 4 games into the season a year ago when this team really turned a corner and really found its identity. Now, am I saying that's going to happen today? That'd be an awful lot to ask at this point, I think. They had the benefit of a bye week coming up there. I think this team desperately – I think this offensive coaching staff needs that extra week to really do some self-scouting and evaluating to realize that, listen, your offense is a little plain. It does not have a lot of creativity to it right now. And there's no rhythm that you're really getting in your team. So you got to find a way to make all those things happen. And I think you've got to also start. I don't need to see a handoff to Saquon on the first play of the game today. I think they've done that every week. It's very, predictable. And this offense needs to start being more explosive. And so those are the things I need to see today.
All right, Scott, so let me ask you this question then. So who do you put most of where do you assess the blame? The offensive coordinator, the players, the scheme? Where do you think where are they going wrong?
I don't think you can point the finger at one person right now. I think you can certainly point the finger generally all over the place. I mean, I didn't say yet the offensive line. The offensive line has not been as good as it has been over the last few years. And those guys are admitting it. They've said, they're just not hitting their blocks at the right time just yet. They're not clicking just yet. And look, it's hard. You got guys coming in and out of the offense of the game. Lane Johnson's been in and out dealing with injuries. Landon Dickerson's been in and out dealing with injuries. You've got, Tyler Steen has been in and out dealing with injuries. So you're constantly dealing with differences with that offense, off that offensive line. So the chemistry isn't quite there throughout the game. And listen, that affects things. And the timing matters. And I think because those guys are coming out, you'll see Jalen Hurts take his eyes off downfield because he just doesn't trust some of what's going on up front right now. So I will point the finger at the offensive line. I will point the finger at Jalen. I will point the finger at the offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo, too, because I just don't see the creativity. I don't see the rhythm being built that he can help develop as well. So I just need to see all of that work a little better.
Yeah, I agree, Scott. I think the unpredictability factor of it, right? We did a fake last week, and we were going to push it, but instead Saquon ran it out to the side with it. We need to start changing it up, right? I mean, we're so in this rhythm, and it worked so well last year that we keeping it going. But if they don't change it up, teams are catching on. They're watching us. They know exactly what we're doing, and with a good defense Denver has, it'll be a test today to see if we can really get this offense going.
Yeah, there's been flashes, right? I mean, I loved the play designs of the Dallas Goedert touchdowns. I loved the fake tush push, right? Those are ways you can try to do things differently to maybe keep that play around in the future. Beyond that, there just wasn't that sense of – they just took their foot off the gas last week. They did last week what the Rams did the week before. Got a big lead, took your foot off the gas, and you allowed the other team to come back and get themselves in the game and almost win it last week. The Eagles did it the week before. I just think there's some of that needs to happen. And sure, they've got a tough test today, but I also need to see, A.J. Brown had 9 targets last week. He had 2 catches for 7 yards. Now, is that on A.J.? Is that on Jalen? I saw a lot of passes to A.J. intentionally thrown out of bounds. Jalen was just not putting the ball in harm's way, which is what he needs to do in order for this team to win games. But I think there's times where you got to trust a guy like A.J. Brown with his hands, with his physicality to go make a play with like a Devontae Smith. He'll get open. He'll give you enough space to put the ball in there. You got to trust yourself to put the ball where it needs to be sometimes. And he's just not taking some of those chances. And listen, I'm not saying go be reckless. That's not what I'm saying. But I think there's got to be some of that trust in your teammates to allow them to go make a play for you.
Yep.
Hey, Scott, so this is why they have me on this show, okay, for this particular reason. And I always ask you about what's going on in the locker room. Now, there's a story going on inside of a story that's a fun thing that's going to happen, and very rare, just like me. There's two white corners going to play today, right? Riley Moss, both went to Iowa, and Cooper DeJean, right?
Yeah,
so
right,
a couple
right,
white
right.
corners. This Seahorns, the last one to
Giants.
The Giants in 03, right? Well, Riley Moss actually started before Cooper DeJean. He gets all the credit.
Right.
But the guys in the locker room, I know I was there whenever I was going to, if I was going to play, man, they were just, my dudes made had the most fun with it and would always, in the locker room, it is a lot of fun to deal with the stuff like that. So there's two white corners going to play today. That's the first time probably in history that's ever happened. Are the guys talking about that at all?
There was, I wasn't able to get in the locker room this week, so I can't actually just, clarify some of that. I know Cooper DeJean, knowing who he is and what he's like, that he is probably, definitely playing that up. You got the exciting whites when you factor Reed Blankenship in there as well as a DB.
Yeah, right.
So,
Right.
hey, one of them's got to make a play today, right? I mean, somebody's got to make a big play today for that. It is
those
nice.
guys,
That
listen,
is one of those. Go ahead, Billy.
Scott, they're great open field tacklers. I mean, both Blankenship and DeJean, they can tackle. They can tackle in the open field.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a fun. Listen, it is something fun, and if you're looking for like Dave said, the game within the game to watch for, I would watch those guys today. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and then of course after the game, Cooper is going to have some fun with it as well with his former teammate, and I just think that that's great when you see that kind of stuff go on. It makes the game a little more fun. It gives you something else to watch for. But I mean, listen, you got to love. Listen, I think that's got to be inspirational to some guys out there who are looking for their opportunity. I mean, the color of your skin shouldn't matter. What matters is how you play the game and what your talent level is.
Absolutely.
We're talking with Fox 29 and new sports anchor Scott Grayson. Every Sunday during the football season, we get the keys to the game brought to you by Blitz's Market. Scott, real quick, they got the Denver Broncos today, and then they got a game Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround, and that's why I need to see the offense get a little better here. I think they need to give the Giants a little more to think about. And I think you've got to keep that in mind today with some of the injuries. Nakobe Dean wasn't activated today. He said he was going to be out for this game, and so when you see the inactives later, Nakobe Dean will be that. He was back on the practice field this week. I think that's because they know they have a quick turnaround this week, and they just want to give him a few more days. You have guys who are dealing with the banged-up injuries I talked about on the offensive line. Can they get through this game and be able to turn it back around on Thursday night for a big division game, right, against the Giants? I think in many ways you can argue that game is
Giants.
You can argue that game Thursday night is bigger than this one. This is a non-conference game. That is a division game on Thursday night. So, whatever happens today, the Eagles have to regroup and get back to it and get back to work and be ready to win Thursday, because I would argue that game's even bigger.
All right, Scott Grayson, we're going to get your keys to the game. After that, I want to get a couple of Phillies questions I want to get involved with.
All right.
Ask you. All right, so now it's time for your keys to the game for an Eagles victory today with Scott Grayson.
Well, listen, I always say they've got to win the turnover battle. I need to see that again today. But I do need to see Jalen Hurts be aggressive. So let's do, number one is, obviously don't turn the ball over. That's what always is my number one with this team. They're talented enough to win games, as we've seen, when they don't do that. Now, number two, I do want to see Jalen Hurts be aggressive. I need to see this offense win a game. I said that earlier. I need to see this offense win a game, and it starts with him. He's got to be more aggressive. He's got to be, able to make some plays and open things up for his offense, right? Make things easier on A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And if they do that, give them a chance to make some plays, it will allow Saquon Barkley to be able to do his thing. I don't think that's happened yet because no defense has respected this Eagles passing game. And then the third thing, I just need to see that the kickoff return game has just not been great. They've got to be able to not start deep in their own end. And if they can do that, I think they'll be able to come out victorious today.
All right, give us a prediction for today's game, Scott Grayson.
You know, I'm going to believe what I'm preaching. I'm going to think we're going to see some offense today, and I'm going to go with the Eagles to win this game 27-20.
27-20. I like it. I like that from Scott Grayson. All right, Scott Grayson, last night the Philadelphia Phillies, they lost game 1. And I'm reading right here in the paper, no Phillies team has ever won a playoff series after losing game 1. Pretty big loss to the Dodgers at home last night.
Yeah, that one hurt, right? It's the way you lost. You had the lead, you had the crowd into it, and then, you know, the Dodgers took it away. It's amazing how baseball, through 9 innings, 27 outs for each team, can come down to one pitch, one batter. You know, the Phillies had their chance with Sosa up the plate with the bases loaded. But you know what? I do believe in this team. I believe in what they're able to do and what they've done against the Dodgers this season. So they have to win 3 out of 4. I think they can still do that.
All right, Scott Grayson, let's hope you're right. And are you going to be down at the game today by any chance?
I will. I will be down there today, and I'll be in the locker room afterwards. So I'll be fishing around, Dave, for you.
Of course, stay tuned. On Mondays, you'll be with Mike Gill with Sports Bash for Grayson's Grades. Don't miss that. All right, Scott Grayson, thank you so much, and we appreciate it. And let's go, Birds, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right, you got it, guys. Have a good one.
There he is, Scott Grayson. On the keys to the game with Scott Grayson from Fox 29 News is sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. All right, Dave Klemic. Scott Grayson says 27-20. That's
that covers the spread too. I think the spread's 4.5, right? Yeah. So he's saying that they're going to cover. So I think Scott Grayson's got a great. I love his segment because
you like the fact that he's in the locker room.
He's got the pulse on it. Yeah,
like that.
That's a meaning.
Let me ask you this question, Dave, because you always bring up that aspect of the game because you played in the NFL. You know what it's like. The locker room is the sanctity of that locker room is unbreakable if you had great chemistry.
It's going to sound really weird. I knew before the game whether we were going to I wouldn't always know the outcome. I would know if we're going to play well.
Right.
Sometimes I go, there's a distraction. I don't think we're going to play well. I can't say if we're going to win or lose because some of those outcomes you have but I know they're going to play well if everyone's gelling that week. We're having fun.
Right,
coaches are happy.
Right.
The staff is happy. There's nothing distracting happening. Every single time there was a huge distraction, like a tweet like that or whatever.
Right.
I know we're not going to play well. It's not the gel is not going to happen. The magic won't be there.
You can just feel the atmosphere.
We're not going to play well.
Right.
Or you will. You can't. Still, the outcome may be different.
Right.
But you're going to play well if you feel good.
All right, real quick. I know we have to take a break, but real quick, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, do you think this is a festering problem? If A.J. Brown do you think that could turn into be a problem in the locker room, a chemistry problem?
Here's the thing. We're winning games, right, which he can't be upset about. I know he's a winner. He wants to be there. But, yeah, he's going to want the ball more. And if he's open and there's opportunities and we're not getting them, he's going to get even more frustrated.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. We need to get A.J., but he's got a work cut out for him today, Dave.
Well, yeah, he's going to be covered by Pat Surtain, who's probably – honestly, he's probably the best corner in the league.
Right.
His dad was one of the best corners in the league.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and you probably watched the Peyton Place.
Yeah.
By the way, we got to go to a break. Come to the other side. I want to answer Billy's question.
Yeah, all right.
About A.J. Brown.
Because I think
guess what? No one at this table at LaScalas Beach House Brigantine is going to like my answer.
Right.
Oh, God.
First hour locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken at jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
A lot of people are talking about this A.J. Brown tweet about the drama between he and Jalen Hurts. Didn't we see this last year? We know that there's been issues with them before, and guess what? It didn't matter. They went out and they won the Super Bowl. I just think that sometimes with the Eagles, some of the stuff that is surrounding the personality of the team feels overblown.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from The Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them The Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Bally Bet Sportsbook. Yo, Bally Bet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Check out that brand new Parlay Zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Bally Bet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey. See site for full terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Bally Bet Sportsbook and Casino.
Download it.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Elijah Moore, my dog.
Yeah.
We always talk about after the game, like, how you feel, bro? You just went off. And I'm like, normal. And so I kind of removed that mentality. It's like, I'm on top of the world after the game.
You have to, yeah.
You have to. And you got to come back down to zero.
Or else you right here all day, every day. You right there.
You know, and even if you do have the worst game ever, you have to come back down to zero. It's just something to learn from. Even if you have the best game ever, it's something you got to come back down to zero because you got to learn from it. And I just kind of adopted that mentality, and I didn't know how to cut the switch off. Like, we just won a Super Bowl. And so I'm just feeling like, all right, what's next?
See, how can I say this? I'm not saying that he's making things up. I don't think he says things I don't think he follows. I don't think he really believes. Not believes. I don't think he really lives what he said.
Like he's not exactly following through with what he
yeah,
said.
I think he gives us lip service, right, David? David,
Well,
kind of like
lip service.
Like I said earlier in the show.
In other words, he's saying the right things, but he doesn't. Actions speak louder than words.
Earlier in the show, I would have. I'm telling you right now. The last time I was the number one, and I was the best player in the Atlantic 10, right? The best wide receiver. I led the country in receiving touchdowns, and if I didn't get the ball in a game and I didn't score one, I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, what do we do? What do you have some? Did I not practice well this week? I would get mad, and I'm a pretty modest guy, but I think I'm a big part of the offense, and I think if we're not moving the ball,
give me the ball.
Schedule it. Put it on the schedule. And one time I go out to the field. I had to bring the call out. I changed the call. We scored on the play. I changed the call because I was so sick of it. And I came out there going, "Yeah, we're going."
So
long.
you
we're going long
upstage your quarterback.
If you
right?
see it on there, if you see the guy roll up to me, we're going deep, and we did.
But back to A.J. Brown. The reason why I wanted to play that audio is from the Kicking It with D podcast. He spoke for an hour on there about how he was unfulfilled after the Super Bowl. A.J. Brown needs to see a sports psychologist because the young man has said numerous times that winning a championship, he felt nothing. Okay? He said, I sacrificed all these things. He's like, I felt nothing. And he's the only guy on the team who felt nothing. And I think A.J. Brown, him complaining, is a manifestation that there's something deeper messed up in that guy's head.
There's no question about that.
Because
but
normal people don't respond the way he does.
He played well in the Super Bowl.
He did.
And he said he felt nothing. He said he felt unfulfilled.
I think that has something to do with being a true competitor, right? Okay, so like
it's never enough, right?
Never enough, right?
Enough.
Like no matter. So it's like winning one Super Bowl. No. Now if he wins 5,
but
that might not be enough.
Right.
He did. But as Brady, if he felt like his first Super Bowl meant just as much as his last one, because I think that accomplishing
he
getting
says
to 7
that each
is
one meant more.
You know what I'm saying? Is
but
about
A.J.
more.
Brown should say that then.
Well, he should.
Yeah,
He
but
shouldn't
that's where there's a disconnect, Dave. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't think he practiced what he preaches. I think he's all good lip service, but actions speak louder than words. Like he doesn't.
Being unfulfilled in a Super Bowl win like that against the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't see how you can.
How could you not be
even if you just were there on the bench? I mean,
in a way, it's
a
good
little bit
because
of a
athletes don't want to dwell. Like you got to put that stuff behind you, and this is a new season.
There's a difference between not dwelling and having such an intense disconnect, to use your word, Billy, with reality.
Well, the reality is we're here at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine
Nice transition.
for our Eagles pregame show. If you want to stick around, come on down. And they got great food here, of course, but look at all these big screen TVs. You sit at the bar, is not a bad seat in the house.
I got it. Billy, this would be the same as if you had this whole show and I think I'm the best speaker and you don't call on me. You don't point to me. I'm going to start kicking and screaming.
You listen to The Locker with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Eagles football on 97.3 ESPN. The Eagles are back in Philly later today for a Week 5 battle with the Denver Broncos.
Hurts lines them up again. He rolls, he looks, he is going deep, and it is caught, and it is a touchdown to Devontae Smith. He took it away from the Broncos.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
It won't be long before the leaves are falling and the seasons change. Now is a time to make sure your business is ready to finish this year strong and start next year even stronger. Town Square Media proudly supports local businesses across South Jersey, helping them keep loyal customers and attract new ones. From Cape May to Camden, we create powerful marketing campaigns that get results on air, online, and everywhere in between. Your message deserves to be heard, and we'll make sure it reaches reaches the right people at the right time. We know the South Jersey market because we live and work here too. Our goal is simple: help you grow your business, boost your brand, and drive results that matter. Our team uses real insights and data to target your ideal audience efficiently, so every marketing dollar works harder for you. With unmatched broadcast reach, digital expertise, and a passion for helping local businesses grow, Town Square Media is your partner for success. Call Jim McLean today at 609-910-5247 or visit townsquaresouthjersey.com. Town Square Media, in your town, on your team.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. Everything costs more these days.
Skyrocketing electric bills here in the Garden State.
And New Jersey is used to paying high prices, but it doesn't have to be this way. With Trenton Democrats in control for the last 2 decades, there is a reason New Jersey's electricity rates are the 12th highest in the entire country. And those prices just keep going up.
$200 more. I know my electric bill. I was shocked. I'm very disappointed. This is killing us.
Failed Democrat policies have caused rates to go up by as much as 20% this year alone. And your electric bill continues to increase as electricity costs continue to rise. New Jersey families are getting crushed with Democrats controlling Trenton. And don't they know it?
It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but if you're a good person, you'll do it.
But it doesn't have to be this way. Vote Republican on November 4th and put some money back in your pocket.
Paid for by Republican State Leadership Committee, New Jersey PAC, 1201 F Street Northwest, Suite 675, Washington, D.C., 20004. Not made with cooperation, prior consent, consultation, or at the request or suggestion of any candidate or candidate's agent.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House here at Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein with you, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda, sponsored by the Vassar Pool Service. Former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic and Mainland product. By the way, Mainland beat Ocean City.
They lit the bridge up
was,
green.
Yeah,
you see it?
Green.
That's a cool tradition.
And
they
of course,
didn't do that when I was
Josh Hennig is with us. And by the way, I just got a text message from Joe Lenigan, one of our great sponsors, a great guy. The eternal optimist. He thinks the Eagles are going to win 48-7 today.
Joe Lenigan, you have the coolest chime jingle.
Call Lenigan, again and again.
Is it call Lenigan? I
Call
thought it said Joe Lenigan. No,
call Lenigan.
You know,
and then Tom Jackson's got a good one. Call Tom Jackson and Sons.
Big Wally's Furniture Store.
Get stuck.
Shout out to Big Wally. Yeah, that's it. They got a great jingle.
All right. We're getting ready for Eagles football. The 4-0 Eagles play the 2-2 Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos come in, guys, with a really, their defense is really, they're ranked total defense. They're 10th in the league. They're 11th against the rush and 9th against the pass. They're tied. So,
well,
are the Eagles going to try to force the ball into places that, Dave, football teams you take what you're given, right?
Yeah.
Or do you try to impose your will on it?
When I was in college, I watched a lot of more film on the other team.
Right.
When I was in the pros, we didn't watch them. We
watched
what
our own. You're doing.
We had a scout give us. We had a scout tell us tendencies. but we didn't watch their plays at all because there's so many changes that happen and they don't show that you can't even watch them.
Right, and you know what? Like I remember when I played football, we were always like, let's do what we do well. I don't worry about the other team. But if you're in the film room and you see weaknesses and things that you can exploit, you're going to take advantage of.
Yeah, and I ran a timing offense.
Yeah, you pick a matchup.
We ran a timing offense anyway, so we can't look at what you're doing. We have to be on time in a place, which a lot more. See, these offenses are going back to a little bit more college-y type of offense with these mobile quarterbacks.
Right.
Josh, you could probably jump in on that one. But there's a lot more simplified offense where you have one target and one check down. That's it. They're not reading the field anymore.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem. These quarterbacks, you actually, because we were talking about the draft process on and off the air today, which is these quarterbacks are no longer being trained. They're no longer being coached up. These coaches want a player to just be a plug in and win them games. Right. The coaches in college care more about winning than coaching. There used to be a time where a guy would be in college, for example. He would learn, all right, when I drop back the pass, there's pre-snap and post-snap recognition. There's something I've heard guys like Chase Daniel and Dan Orlovsky talk about, how when they came into the NFL, they were like, no one's coaching us. They were like, no one told us how to read a defense until I got to the NFL. So there's so many of these, and that was 20 years ago for those guys. Now, think about 20 years later, nobody's coming to the NFL except for like a couple guys like Joe Burrow, for example, who actually know. Like Pat Mahomes has done interviews where he said Andy Reid and Alex Smith taught him how to read a defense. Pre-snap, post-snap recognition.
Because like what Dave said, I mean, they after their first read, they'll pull the ball down and run.
Right.
They don't.
Because they don't know what they have no other.
Check down, second, third, and fourth check down. They might not have that time.
Yeah. Well, they're getting good. So you could be really predictable if you figure out in this situation where that ball is going to go. You have a single route that you're looking for and a check down. Right. If they can go, we know what it is. This is a situation. It's going to go here. They need 10 yards. It's going to go to this guy, and they're going to cover up like crazy. Right. And they're doing that to a predictable offense like us right now. We do need to go change pace. We need to go no huddle and then all of a sudden, bam, slow it down, run it right. Oh, no huddle all of a sudden out of nowhere, and just what no huddle does is also, this is kind of boring, but if you go out no huddle, you keep their personnel right where you want them. You keep the coverage right where you want it, and you know who to hit, and you can move the ball between the 20s. And then when you get to the 20, we go to Saquon. That's all we need to do. We'll win the game.
And really quick, I'm glad you brought that up because your former coach, Dick Vermeil, did this with the Greatest Show on Turf, which is what they used to do is they used to go out there with a heavy package, right? Initially, like early in the game, to get the other team's heavy package defense on the field. And then they would run no huddle where Warner would split out Falk. He would split out the two tight ends. And now you got 4 or 5 receivers out there with 3 linebackers who are like 260 pounds who can't keep up. And so then you run the no huddle. I don't see why the Eagles can't do that. Why can't the Eagles say, we're going to put a heavy package in the backfield, like a full house backfield for like one play?
Well,
then force the other team to put a bunch of big boys in the field.
That makes sense. The sophistication of their offense, or their imagination isn't.
This goes to not having a preseason, not playing your guys in a preseason. You have a new coordinator. These are all reasons why you're saying you're not able to develop a guy. Like Josh was saying, they're not developing. It's a new thing every single year. Right. Even if he was in the program for a while, it's still him nervous about making plays. People are going, I don't even know if I trust this guy. I'm older than him. You're older than the guy. You know what I mean? You're like, what are you going to tell me?
Billy, if I can, I wanted to play this audio from Chris Long from the Green Light Podcast because he kind of rips into Patullo a little bit on the Green Light Pod. So before you react, Billy, I want Dave's reaction to it and then PJ. So this is Chris Long on the Green Light Podcast talking about Kevin Patullo versus Todd Bowles from Sunday.
The second half, Patullo failed to stay ahead of Bowles. I think he just failed to stay ahead of the curve. Spot route to A.J. Brown became super predictable. All the underneath stuff's getting jumped by multiple guys. They're running into bad looks. Jalen airmailed his shots. Bowles went to the sim pressures. That was a big difference from the first half. The sim pressures in the second half, I think it caused a little bit of confusion. But you knew Bowles was going to counter. I mean, you knew at some point Bowles was going to have a counter for this young coordinator. And he did. And it was ugly in the second half. It was f***ing hideous.
No, I agree. Well, Todd Bowles is one of the best defensive coaches in the history of the game. He's playing against, a newbie who's going to go, I'm going to throw you some stuff. You're going to walk right into my traps. And they had 0 completed passes in the second half. That should tell you right there.
The Eagles have registered 12 straight wins at Lincoln Financial Field, including playoffs, representing the longest winning streak in the history of the venue. I mean, they win it at Lincoln Financial Field.
Home field advantage,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Philly.
we were in that luxury box.
Can't even tell you.
For the Dallas Cowboys game, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But when you come into a stadium. Like the Dodgers came into
it was
Philadelphia Philly stadium. It was like nuts.
Yeah.
It was 3-0. That was going off the hook. Like Philly fans get into it, and I would imagine, like you talked about this earlier, Dave, when you were going into like St. Louis or places that you didn't like, the Raiders, right where the crowd is tough on the opposing team.
The Raiders would throw batteries at us. That's why they banned batteries in anything that could contain a battery. I didn't like St. Louis. I didn't like the lighting. I felt bad, like I wasn't going to play well. But that was me. I was going to sit the bench anyway. So what difference does it make? But my guys, we feel the same way. Like I don't like the lighting. I don't like the way I don't like the feel of a stadium. Oakland. It's tough to win in Oakland because it's like.
Well, now they're in Vegas.
But back then that was a tough
real
thing that you're.
And by the way, PJ, if I don't let him start talking more, he said he's going to disrupt our chemistry.
You know how those wide receivers get. They get all out of hand.
Dave's a diva here on the set here. We got to give him some talking time.
We're throwing a fit. He's going to take out a book. You
notice he's been asking me a lot more questions.
No, he does. He does take out we talk baseball.
We talk Phillies.
We talk Phillies.
Yeah.
He takes out a book.
All these wide receivers are the same, man. They're all the same,
man.
Yeah, they're all
selfish
the same.
guys.
Dave's a diva. He said if he didn't get the ball, you're going to think something's wrong.
But listen, PJ, in business, PJ is a big business guy, right? Okay, you're rainmakers, right? You're great salesmen. Don't you want to reward your great salespeople a little bit more? Because they're good. So do you give them more or do you give them less?
No, we feed them, man.
Yeah.
You feed them.
You feed the bear.
Feed them. Yep.
All right, we're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House here at Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. They're broadcasting the Eagles game on the beach today, right in front of LaScala's, and there's already people walking down with their Eagles gear, with their beach chairs, getting a great seat.
A lot of people. This place is packed right now.
Plus, it's a beautiful day out there. Come on down to LaScala's, man. This is the epicenter for an Eagles win right here. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the Second Hour Locker with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Now, let me tell you, McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. All right, we're broadcasting live from LaScala's Beach House here at Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down, watch the game with us. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Join the Sports Bash every Monday live at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on with the elevated bar and lounge, 12 slot machines, blackjack, roulette, and a dedicated area with 4 betting windows and 11 kiosks. The ultimate sportsbook experience. Go where fans become fanatics. The Fanatic Sportsbook in the gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. And join the Sports Bash live from 2 to 6 with me, Mike Gill, every Monday.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale, and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com, because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemic. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemic sent you.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schweim, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda is with us. Former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, mainland product. Josh Hennig pushing the buttons, keeping us real, keeping us on. And, of course, Alex Berardis back at the studio. Guys, the Eagles have registered 3 block kicks, 2 field goals, and 1 punt. So like Josh was saying during the break, the special teams have played really well. And we've got some defensive touchdowns, and we've got, opportunities on the special teams that scored. But Nick Sirianni refers back to we want to be good, but we want to be great. So they're 4-0, which is great, but they're not good. They're not. You look at the eye; it doesn't pass the eye test.
Yeah, Scott Grayson said it best. I'd like to see the offense light it up today.
Light it up.
The defense might be going, dude, we're doing our job. If we could just give us a little bit. But I'd like the offense to just be the heroes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A.J. Brown had 2 touchdowns and 150 yards.
It's like going to dinner, right? Without having an appetizer or a dessert. You had the meal. The meal was okay, but there was no bells and whistles with it.
I feel like we're
aesthetically pleasing, Dave.
It's aesthetic. I feel like our motto right now is we're getting
We're
lucky. We're not good.
Let's ask you, Mr. Negadelphia. Where are we, Mr. Negadelphia? I can't get a good feel, a good read on this.
Listen,
right
we certainly don't go into games with absolute confidence like we did at the end of the last year, right? I mean, they don't give you that warm and fuzzy feeling like they're going to come out and perform. I feel like we have gotten pretty lucky. A lot of things have gone our way, and we've taken advantage of it. We haven't made mistakes, which is nice, but we certainly aren't this powerhouse of a team that we want us to be. And hopefully today will be the start of it.
PJ, I have something to that.
Good.
Yeah. So for this whole Chiefs dynasty, everyone kept saying, "Oh, they just keep squeaking by." But you know what? Good teams win, and this Eagles team finds ways to win.
We're winning. We're
but
winning.
at some point, Alex, and I agree with that. Yeah. But at some point, like Dave said, and even Scott Grayson alluded to, we're going to need to see the offense explode and hit on all cylinders because, I mean, you're playing teams like, let's look at the schedule. I mean, they beat Dallas, they beat Kansas City, the Rams, the Buccaneers. They're good.
Solid teams.
Yeah. And it doesn't get any easier. Broncos, Giants, a conference, a division game on a Thursday night. This team's going to need to rely on their offense.
Yeah, well, the Giants not as much. I think we can move through them pretty easily, but the rest of them absolutely are going to be tougher games.
I think what is going to end up, and this may be just the new NFL, is that the first few games of the year, the offenses are going to be slow.
Finding themselves.
4. They used to play 4. The starters would play in 4 preseason games. It doesn't happen anymore, and this might be the new NFL. Also, that the salary cap and everything has created such evenness throughout the league.
Right.
And the quarterback experience, these things all make it so that you're just going to eke out your first half of the season of wins if you get them. Are we the only team that's 4-0 right now? Are we the only undefeated team right now?
No, I think there's one other.
Us and Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, right.
So Buffalo's not destroying everyone, right? Everyone's just eking through, and that may happen until there's a lot of injuries, and then your number 2s have to come up, and then you could start dominating. But in the beginning of the year, I don't think there's going to be a lot of, for now on, not a lot of domination from just blowing teams out. I don't see it.
Well, this team has got a lot of talent. They got great.
Most talented team in the league.
Most talented team. And here's another thing too, Alex. Every week, and it's Scott Grayson is for many years as we've had him on for Keys to the Game. Ultimately, when I say give me your 3 keys to the game, one of them is always don't turn the ball over. Well, guess what, Alex and you guys? The Eagles haven't – Jalen Hurts, for as much as we're complaining, hasn't turned the ball over. He won't stick it into a tight spot, but he hasn't turned it over.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely the most talented team in the league. So we have that, and it's from all areas. Our defense, I got to tell you, our defense is – definitely the most. Look at our defensive line and our defensive backs right now. Can you beat that? Our linebackers. So we can't. We can always rely on that. Our offense has been this it's like a on-off switch, and it's either hot or cold. There's no real in the middle.
I agree with Scott said, though. I'd like to see Jalen take some chances today.
Right.
I'd like to see him take some shots that he normally would with the right people, in the right circumstances. I'd love to see him throw a ball up that's a 50-50 for AJ and have confidence that our guys are going to come down.
It's never a 50-50 with AJ. It's like a 90-10. He's always going to get it.
I don't know why they just don't throw it up and let him go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they should use him more. And I think some of it comes to, all the pressure of people with turnovers. And, hey, if you throw
because it's drummed in your head. Like Scott Grayson says it every week. Don't turn the ball over. When Jalen Hurts, Dave, goes into these meetings, don't turn the ball over. Protect the ball. And that's ultimately, if you don't turn the ball over in the NFL, you're giving yourself a shot to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first time I ever heard this was in the Dick Vermeil locker room or in the meeting room, and he was talked about the statistics, and now everybody knows about it. It's the first thing that Scott Grayson talks about.
Every time.
But it had been talked about in our locker rooms for a long time, and ball security, which if you see the end of that L.A. 49ers game, became a big factor.
Yeah.
What's his name? Fumbled the ball on the goal line.
On the one.
What's his name? Williams. But anyway, it becomes such a huge factor that a solid quarterback, a solid, strong quarterback is helping you not lose games. You might not be winning them, but you're not losing, if that makes any sense.
And you're relying on everyone else to do their part.
The Eagles' turnover differential, we're a +4. The Broncos are a -2. So
that's their boy Nick's over there, probably. Yeah.
You got to – at some point, Jalen's going to have to open it up because, like Scott Grayson said, because nobody respects our passing game. They're loading up 8 in the box, and they're saying, let Jalen Hurts beat us with his arm.
Yeah, well, what do you think about Sean Payton as an offensive coach? What's your opinion on that? Because,
love that. Yeah.
Sean Payton's a great offensive. Look what he did.
His mentality is go for it.
Yeah, look what he did in New Orleans, and he thinks that Bo Nix. And this is, I don't think it's to put more pressure on a young quarterback. He thinks Bo Nix is like the next Drew Brees. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what he says.
Those are big
better
words.
than him.
Those are
Yeah,
big
I know.
shoes to fill, man.
But so this is some pressure he's putting on them.
So Bo Nix is throwing the ball for 861 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 609 yards, and only 5 touchdowns.
But how many rushing touchdowns?
Well, that's
that's
where he makes it up.
That's where he makes it up. Yeah.
Look, we alluded to earlier, Josh, and I know you're getting ready to jump back on. What Dave said, it's timing, and if you make a cut, you got to hit him on that fly or that first break, and if you don't get it to him, he's probably taking the ball down. He's not checking down to the third and fourth option. He's running.
Well, the other thing is that Bo Nix. Let's be realistic. He's running an offense that's very different than the Sirianni Philadelphia scheme.
Right.
The Sean Payton offense is heavily predicated on optionality. I would say, based on what I've heard guys like Drew Brees and others talk about, that almost every route has like 1 or 2, 3 options that split off the route, and that it's the quarterback's job. The quarterback post-snap is more important than pre-snap in the Peyton offense, whereas in the Sirianni offense, it's the opposite. The pre-snap is more important than the post-snap because the post-snap doesn't have as many options.
Right.
So I would say that I don't think Bo Nix is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
I wasn't suggesting
but I would say that Bo Nix is probably a better fit for the offense that he is in than Hurts is for the offense that he is in.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then Fitz, you know what I think is going to be a big thing? Who's going to be the hero today is because A.J. Brown's going to be covered by Pat Surtain. It's almost like a wash.
Right.
So then you're going to have our second receiver,
Devontae
Smith. I was going to say Deshaun. Devontae Smith playing against Riley Moss. So that's good. That's who that coverage did. I think that's going to be a big. I think he's going to be our guy today.
And by the way, here's a stat that it's you get in the red zone, you score, and the Eagles are 11 for 11 in the red zone.
The Eagles are the only team that's 100% in the
100%
NFL.
touchdowns or 100% scores?
Scoring touchdowns. So when they get to the red zone, they score.
We get it in
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dave, they're the only team in the NFL that's 100%.
But I would like to. But we're only 11 for 11. So I was
right, we've only been there 11 times.
Well, we've only been there 11 times, which you're still batting 1,000, but it's only 11 times.
Dave, I have a question for you, Dave. Have you ever seen in your time playing where there could be a possibility where the Broncos defensive coordinator could say, hey, A.J. Brown hasn't lit it up at all this year. PS2, you cover Devontae Smith. We're just fine with letting A.J. Brown just kind of, do what he's been doing this whole year.
Yeah, yes. But mostly because of the matchup. Like, Quinyon Mitchell is not a big guy, and Cortland Sutton is a big guy.
Right.
Yeah. Or you have A.J. Brown, who is a big guy, and you have Patrick Surtain, who's not a big guy. So and Riley Moss is a little bit bigger, more physical guy. So they may switch off on that, but not just because it's a 1 versus a 1. It's by the body matchups.
All right, well, we're here at LaScala's Beach House for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down to LaScala's. Man, this beach is filling up, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be watching the game on the beach. It's a beautiful day, beautiful sunshine glistening off the Atlantic Ocean. We're sitting here at LaScala's Beach House looking through the palm trees and looking at the Atlantic Ocean. You can't beat that. It's October. It's October, and we're ready for some football.
Oh, yeah, man. They're driving their cars right up on the beach here, man.
Come on down to LaScala's Beach House. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there and say hello to Will, JM, Jason, Chet. They do a great job. All right, I want to tell you about LaScala's Beach House. We are here for the 1 o'clock games this year for the pregame show, and this is a great place to watch the game. These big screen TVs, you sit at the bar. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, it's one of those great situations where they have good food, you know?
And that's another thing. They opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at LaScala's. They're located at 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat.
When we return, we'll talk with my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave Klemic, Josh Hennig, as we broadcast live from LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in L.A. as the Washington Commanders fly east to west to battle with the Chargers. Herbert and the Chargers can move the ball downfield with Allen and a lad named McConkey.
Herbert to throw. Left side, ball's caught at the 5, breaking a tackle, and going into the end zone, lad McConkey.
The Commanders are led by Jaden Daniels and the dynamic Deebo Samuel. It's the Commanders at the Chargers.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Philadelphia Eagles football.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call again, again and again. Call again, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Go to get your game on at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery at Ocean Casino Resort. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screens. Go where fans become fanatics at the Fanatic Sportsbook in the Gallery. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Go for the win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com.
Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Billy Schwein, Mr. Negadelphia P.J. Corda with you. Former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic. Josh Hennig pushing the buttons. Alex Berardis back at the studio. We're getting you ready for Eagles football. And I got to tell you, it's a beautiful day out. This beach is starting to get packed already because we're going to be broadcasting the game out on the beach, Dave.
My family's out here. I saw my sister Kristen and my godson Christian, Colton and Trace over here. My wife's coming with the kids. I'm excited.
Then you can sneak on into LaScalas, grab something to eat, and go back out on the beach.
There you go.
Have a couple of pops. All right, now it's time to talk.
Showing your age. Who calls it pop?
People in the South do.
Really? That's true.
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
not
true.
talking about Southern. In the South,
It's a very Southern thing.
Talking about an adult beverage, a pop, you know.
No, I thought you were talking about soda.
No, it's soda in the South.
Yeah, soda in the South they call
Like you
pop.
go to Georgia, Alabama, everywhere. Pop is soda.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's time for my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant at Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner spirits while watching all the big games. Enjoy their famous wings. Check out the full menu at charliesbar.com or call for takeout at 609-927-FOOD. That's 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my fantasy football guru and yours, Brian Hartley. Where are you, Brian? Are you on the rides? What's going on in the background? Oh, oh my God. So, that's surprising.
Really?
Brian, before we get to football, obviously you watched the Phillies game last night. A pretty disappointing loss, considering they had a 3-0 lead against Shohei Ohtani. Right. Yeah. All right, so at least today, maybe you'll cleanse everybody, get a clean palate with an Eagles win today over your Denver Broncos, I might add, because I know you're a Broncos fan. All right, hey Brian, are you sitting in section 119? Okay. All right, I stink in fantasy football this year, and it's not for a lack of trying. I even made a trade, picked up a couple free agents, but I'm still 0-4, and it doesn't look good right now. My win probability is 46%, but I just can't get a win, man. And I got Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Marvin Harrison Jr., Waddle, the Eagles defense, Jake Elliott's my field goal kicker. I can't win for the sake of winning. Yeah.
Well, Brian, there's definitely some news to get to today because probably the biggest news right now, Brock Bowers is out for the Raiders. So a top tight end target in fantasy football is out. Do you have any recommendations for people out there if they need a last-minute ad? Also, another thing is the Ravens have announced their inactives, and when I say the whole team is injured, I'm not kidding. Roquan Smith, Lamar Jackson, Kyle Hamilton, Patrick Richard, Marlon Humphrey, Ronnie Stanley, all out for the Ravens. So, Brian, are you telling people go heavy on the Texans in fantasy? And then finally, I got to ask you about the Bucks because Bucky Irving is out, and we just found out today apparently he has multiple injuries. Apparently he has a shoulder injury and a foot injury, so he is out for the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are already without Mike Evans. We know Baker Mayfield is banged up. Are you concerned about the Bucks going against Seattle today?
Yeah, P.J. Corda here, just Negadelphia. I was questioning it when we started our league with the minimal amount of depth that we could have, and then as this season started off, there's just been a tremendous amount of injuries. I mean, big players too, guys that people drafted.
I've got two guys on the injury reserve.
This is how it goes. I already dropped so so it's like. Without the depth and the, ability to have some additional players to step in, it makes it tougher. I mean, what do you tell guys that, literally have to go into that cesspool and see what's left? You know what I mean? And just see what we could grab. Is there anybody out there that you think is a sleeper or anybody that we haven't heard of that's going to fill some of those gaps? Right. Yep. Yep.
Oh, fantasy football guru Brian Hartley. Now it's time for your week 5 picks in the NFL. All right, there are your picks for Week 5 in the NFL. Guru, give us a prediction on today's Eagles game.
Oh, wow.
23-20 in overtime. Wow, you're gonna so you, Guru, you can't lose today because if the Eagles win, you'll be happy. If the Broncos win, you'll be happy.
B, what made you a Broncos fan? I think I know what it was. John Elway.
I was at that game in Pasadena. I saw the Giants and the Denver Broncos Super Bowl. That was I think Mark Bavaro scored a touchdown for the Giants. Phil Conkey was on that team, but I remember that. All right, Guru. As always, we appreciate you, and have a great time in the Eagles game. Let's go Birds, and we'll talk to you next Sunday. All right, there he is, my fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, brought to you by Charlie's Bar and Restaurant at Summers Point, serving lunch, dinner, spirits. Watch all the big games while enjoying their famous wings. Check out their full menu at charliesbar.com, or you can call them for takeout at 609-927-FOOD, 609-927-3663. Meet your friends at Charlie's Bar at the shore since 44. And Dave, when we send PJ out to go get the wings, make sure he comes back with dip.
Yeah. And speaking of John Elway, too, PJ actually thinks that John Elway is a better athlete than Bo Jackson. If you ask him,
no, listen, this is not true. I've been such a big fan of Bo Jackson and how great of an athlete
he
he
said
is.
John
And he's
Elway.
always downplaying him. Like he's
Bo
like,
Jackson.
he got cut short in his career.
Yes,
you know
he
what I
did.
mean?
And that was a weird injury. I mean, he was running down. The guy. He was
going to break every record.
The best all-around pure athlete I've ever
except
seen.
for John Elway, according to PJ.
Listen, this
He's
guy.
denying it, Dave.
Can I just say
Dave's
really
trying
quick?
to stir the pot again.
I always tell people the two injuries that changed the history of two leagues
Right.
is the Bo Jackson hip injury that was misdiagnosed on the sideline, by the way. That's why he had to have the horrible surgery that he did because it was misdiagnosed. The other one is Larry Bird's back. Because if we had modern medicine and Larry Bird didn't get paid so little by the NBA, he could have hired people to pave his mother's driveway, okay? Larry Bird could have gone down as one of the 5 greatest players of all time. But the back injuries pretty much derailed the end of his career.
When you talk about that, I think his name is in that.
Not top 5.
Not in the top 5, but yeah.
I mean, he's
top
known,
10.
but not like in the stats. He doesn't make it with all
Right,
of them
because
his career
I
wasn't as
guarantee you,
long.
Bird would have had another 4 or 5 amazing years.
Because he played for what 12, 13, 14 years. He had
Would have been more. I'm telling you, Bird's game was built on non-athleticism.
Yes.
It was built on precision and hustle and work ethic. His shot was so pure. It was ridiculous. But by the end of his career, he was at the 92 Olympics on the sideline and stretching out his back just so he can get back into the game. It was tough, man.
If you bring it back to South Jersey, Larry Bird's connected to here because Chris Ford, who was the coach of the Sixers when Bird was there, he also played. I think he played with
Chris
Bird.
Ford
He
had
played in Boston. He
played
played
with
for
Larry
Boston.
Bird
Yeah,
in
he played
Boston. Chris Ford actually has the first 3-point shot in NBA history.
NBA
Is that right?
history.
Yeah,
And he's one of my. He was before he passed. He was one of my neighbors.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I used to get his mail because he was on 500 Cape Island. I was on 500 Island. So I go tell you my addresses. And we would
Everybody's gonna be
exchange
at your
mail.
house watching a game
Oh yeah,
tonight.
we would go to his house just for no reason, just to go talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got some mail. And then just talk to him for an hour.
We're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House at Brigantine for our Eagles pregame show. Come on down, watch the game with us. They got the great big screen TVs here, and it's just a great atmosphere to watch an Eagles victory. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. We have a new co-host here. As Dave Klemic's holding up his son, Brooks is joining us here on the set. Boy, is he a cute kid, and he's going to be wearing shoulder pads pretty soon.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We got him in the three-point stance. He's working on his 40. It's not that good yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
All right, we're broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House in Brigantine. Come on down. Watch the game here. Great food, great atmosphere. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, P.J. Corda, Dave and Brooks Klemic, Josh Hennig, Alex Berardis back in the studio right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Eagles football on 97.3 ESPN. The Eagles are back in Philly later today for a Week 5 battle with the Denver Broncos.
Hurts lines them up again. He rolls, he looks, he is going deep, and it is caught, and it is a touchdown to Devontae Smith. He took it away from the Broncos.
Pre-game coverage begins at noon. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 1 p.m. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schwein from the Locker Room. Pro Image Sports is proud to announce the opening of their brand new Ocean City Boardwalk store, located between 8th and 9th Street. They carry a huge selection of men's, women's, and kids' jerseys, clothing, headwear, and novelties for brands like Nike, New Era, Mitchell & Ness, and 47 brand. If you're looking for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, or Sixers gear, or your favorite national team, Pro Image Sports has it all. For more information, stop by today or follow them online at fantreasures.com or on Instagram at ProImageOC. Tell them the Locker Room sent you.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Dude, did you order
the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Nothing brings people together like good food and game day fun. That's why Royal Farms created the Tailgater. For just $20, you'll get our 8-piece mixed or 10-piece dark world-famous chicken, a family-sized order of Western fries, 4 buttermilk biscuits, and a 64-ounce Snapple tea. It's the perfect way to feed your crew, whether you're in the driveway, the backyard, or the stadium parking lot. So fire up the team spirit and bring home the Tailgater. Only at Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at LaScala's Beach House right here in Brigantine. Come on down. Beautiful day. They got we got all the games on all these big screen TVs. The food's great. The atmosphere is even better. And we're going to cheer the Birds on for a big Eagles victory today.
Really quick, I won't take a lot of time on this, but I did want to talk about, so there's a really great story going on right now with the Eagles. So Devonta Smith today met with a family. So for those who didn't see the story, there was a lady who reached out to Devonta Smith's wife asking, if they could maybe just get a little something from Devonta Smith because her mom has cancer and her favorite player is Devonta Smith. Well, Devonta's wife showed up with a signed jersey and tickets to the game today. Wow. So now the family is at the game, and that's if you look on social media, Devonta Smith actually met with the family and all kinds of stuff. So it's a very nice positive story.
Good character. You know what I like about Smith too? I don't know if you ever saw the house that he bought, a modest house. All the money he's making, you would think he would have a P.J. quarterback.
Smart.
Listen, he's smart.
Yeah.
He must have, his wife must be a good wife. She's not. No, I'm kidding. No. She doesn't need the big house. She doesn't need the big house.
You would think that with all the money he's making, Dave, that he would be living in Bay Avenue with P.J.
Yeah, don't tell him where he actually lives.
Can we stop giving out people's addresses?
I know Bay Avenue's huge.
Listen, my wife will kill me if we give out the address.
All right. It's prediction time. We're going to start off with Josh Hennig because I know he made his prediction on his show yesterday. But we'll start off with Josh. Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, so even though the Eagles have hit the over 2 straight games, I still think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think the Broncos defense is going to have some moments in this game. I think Philadelphia ultimately wins, but I think it's going to be defense for the most part. I have Philadelphia winning 22-17.
22-17. A pretty low-scoring game. All right, PJ, you're next.
I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. I'm hoping we break 30 this week. I'd like to see us, get some points on the board. I'm going to go 34-20.
34-20. Eagles win.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
All right, Dave Klemic.
No, I think that the Broncos defense is too good to show up and give anybody 30 points, although I did it last week and they got it.
Right.
But I'm going to say it's a lower scoring game. I'm going to go 24-21, the Eagles, and a great matchup. Great matchup between, Riley Moss and Devontae Smith. That's what you're going to see the production coming from.
Okay, Alex Berardis back at the studio. What say you?
I'm in desperate need of a win right now. I had a horrible day yesterday. Phillies, obviously. Penn State season's just over. That's just terrible. Like, they're a dumpster fire.
Getting hit from all angles.
Yeah. But I do think the Eagles are going to come out on top today. I'm calling a 27-23 victory for the Birds.
27-23. Of course, Joe Lenigan and our Mark Grimes, our agent at the beach, is up there. Once again, you guys, when I see everybody loading up on the Eagles, I get nervous. They haven't done anything to impress me on offense. They're the 31st worst passing team in the league.
We're about to break out.
Don't do it, Billy.
Yeah. Don't go the other way.
Don't
do it, Billy. Don't go the other way.
He's doing it.
I'm doing it.
I see the way he's doing it.
I don't see the. I think the Eagles are in for a letdown. They got the Giants on Thursday night. I picked them to lose last week, and they won by the. I don't know how they won that game. They won.
We're definitely beating the Giants.
Right.
I'm
talking about the Broncos.
But the
today.
Broncos.
I'm not happy. I'm going to pick the Broncos today, and I think the Broncos win this game 23-20. It's going to be a close game.
I got to say, Billy, everything's leading for this Thursday night game to be a get-right game for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think if they do lose, if the Eagles – by the way, let me preface this by saying I want the Eagles to win. I'm a big Eagles fan. I bleed green. That being said, I'm just wondering if this is a look past. You know what I mean? They're 4-0 by smoke and mirrors.
Do a little adjusting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And if they do lose today, I think Alex is right. I think they pour it on next Thursday.
Which I would like to see that. Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you, this is not the Phillies. Okay, the Eagles actually win games at home, unlike the Phillies.
Yeah, I just read that stat. They're
home field advantage.
They've won 10 in a row.
I said it recently that Philadelphia is one of the 5 best home field advantages in all of football.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to make a Mount Rushmore of home field advantages in the NFL, it's probably Philadelphia, Kansas City, Seattle, and Buffalo.
Green Bay. You got to go Green Bay.
You go Green Bay over Buffalo?
Well, I just think the home field advantage, but it doesn't show
Mount Rushmore is only 4, Dave.
But not by record, but if you were at Green Bay, it is very –
Rushmore's only like 4 for right now.
You're in their house.
Right. So
they're not bringing other fans. It's all Green Bay fans.
Kansas
City's
Philadelphia, Kansas City, Seattle. Who's the 4th? Is it Buffalo or Green Bay?
Green Bay, I think.
The Phillies going to win Monday night, Josh?
Yes.
PJ?
They got it.
Dave?
Yep.
I love it. I want to thank Scott Grayson, as we do each and every Sunday. We get the keys to the game with Scott Grayson, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City. And, of course, the fantasy football guru, Brian Hartley, is sponsored by Ch's Bar. Thank you to PJ, Mr. Negadelphia. You're brought to you by Vassar Pool Service. Don't forget that. Dave Klemic.
I got to get a sponsor.
You're brought to you by Klemic Performance.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Thanks to Josh here. Alex Berardis back in the studio. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Come on down to LaScalas Beach House. Cheer on the Birds for a big Eagles victory, and I'll talk to you next Saturday and Sunday right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room.